Good morning, happy Easter, welcome. As we were just playing the background music there, I was watching the numbers sort of clocking up on the screen. I was thinking, has everybody arrived yet? It's a lot easier to do that when we're in church together. You can glance up and think, yeah, there's still some stragglers at the door. It's not quite so straightforward via Facebook, but you get the little counter in the top corner, and I could see that it looked like pretty much everyone was here. So it's great to welcome you. And today is a really special day. Might feel difficult to celebrate at the moment. It might feel like we're in a world of grief and mourning and stress. But actually, if there is ever a day to celebrate, today is it. So I really give you a warm welcome today to our time of worship together this Easter Day 2020. And a particular welcome to those of you who are visitors. This is something we'll always say in church on a Sunday. It's a bit harder to know who's visitors and who's not when we're doing this via the wonder of the internet. But a warm welcome to those of you who are regular attenders at Westdale Lane, and a warm welcome to those of you who are joining us today that perhaps wouldn't normally be with us, but you're choosing to be with us today. You are very, very welcome. My name's Matt, and today we're leading the service in a slightly different way. I'm going to be leading some of the service from here, where I am now, and a little bit later on I'm going to be handing to Chris. And Chris is also one of our church leaders. He's going to be leading from the comfort of his home. Now, to make this happen in the technological world that we live in is a little bit fiddly. And every week as we do this, we're learning new things and new ways of doing it. So just to give you a little bit of guidance on what's going to happen today, we're going to be worshipping through this particular live stream that you're following now. At the end of this time of opening worship, you will find that this live stream finishes and it looks like the whole thing's over. But fairly soon after that, you will see Chris starts a new live stream from his house, and he will then lead the middle bit of our service. And at the end of that, you'll see that that live stream comes to an end. But fairly soon after that, you'll see a third live stream starts when you return to me and we conclude our worship together here. I hope that makes sense, and I hope it all works. You might find, as we're switching from one location to the next, a slight delay. You might find that when we've finished here and we move over to Chris, that there's a slight pause while we turn off our live stream, while he sort of reconfigures his gadgets so that he can start his live stream. Don't worry about the pauses, just keep on the Facebook page for Westdale Lane and it should all follow reasonably smoothly, and just look out for those notifications that a new live stream has started. Hopefully it won't be too complicated and we'll see how it works. Of course, if you do miss anything, it will all be available on YouTube after, so you can catch up later on. And for those of you who are now watching this later on, none of the stuff I've just explained will make sense, I guess, because YouTube will flow in a slightly different way. So what else do I need to tell you this morning? Not a lot, I think that's it. So let's press on and worship together. Of course, we come to today out of the grief and sadness of Friday, and just thinking back to the experience of those who were with Jesus on that first Good Friday, we can only begin to try and imagine what they might have been feeling like over this weekend, yesterday and this morning, in the tragedy of their grief and loss and suffering. They'd just seen their saviour, their friend, their loved one crucified. All of that hope, everything they had longed for, had been dashed on the rocks. It seemed like there was no hope. It seemed like there was nothing left for them to live for. But then we pick up the story, and today reading particularly from Matthew's Gospel, we pick up the story in Matthew 28. After the Sabbath, at dawn on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. There was a violent earthquake, for an angel of the Lord came down from heaven and, going to the tomb, rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were white as snow. The guards were so afraid of him that they shook and became like dead men. the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here. He is risen, just as he said. Come and see the place where he lay." Words from Psalm 30. You turned my waiting into dancing. You removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy, that my heart may sing to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give you thanks forever. So let's worship God together. We're going to sing together, "Thine be the glory, risen conquering Son. Endless is the victory thou o'er death hast won." Thine be the glory, risen